Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to day 21 of Road to 2000 EO. And as you guys can see, we finally hit 1400. And instead of live gameplay, I'll be showing you guys two games. One game being the game that made me a 1400 ELO player, and the second game being a game that I won against a 1500 while also playing a 93% accuracy. So the purpose of this review is to just show you guys how a 1400 thinks, which to some of you might be how a noob thinks, and to some of you might be how intermediate or more advanced player thinks. So yeah, so in the first game, our opponent plays a Scandinavian defense, and right here it's already a mistake from our opponent here, because I guess we can go queen here, which does something called gaining a tempo. Because I guess after going here, he has to go here, or else if he goes somewhere like, let's say like here, I just take here, which attacks, by going here, attacks here and attacks here. And as a result, gains a tempo. Because after I go here and he goes here, look at how many pieces are developed, right? We just have way more pieces developed, and we're basically up like two or even three extra moves. So we I go here, which is inaccuracy because I should have went queen here to gain a tempo. And here I went I wanted to attack this bishop because in open situations where the board is really open, bishops are better than knights. So I tried to trade off, but then after my opponent went here, I was really hesitant. Because after I went here, there would be this open rook file, as you can see, and I didn't want to play into that by either, like, let's say like castling into it. So yeah, I didn't want to play into that open rook file, which was why I decided to draw back instead of taking the bishop. And so yeah, so he plays here, attacking the center, which is a really good move because after I take, he can go here, which not only trades off the center pawn, but also attacks the bishop. Develops the bishop. So obviously I didn't take the pawn, and instead I went for this move, which is apparently an inaccuracy, because even though this pawn is hanging, say after takes, I can go here, and there's two options probably. He could take here, but in that case I think I could go here, which is the idea of attraction, because after he takes, I can just go here. And I was playing this line over in my head, and this was the move I decided to go with. But then our opponent went for the other move, which is here, takes here, which is actually fine because I could just take back this pawn, which was what I did. I traded off the queens, made some more developing moves, and here I missed taking a pawn, which was just really stupid on my end. But yeah, so I continue to develop, nothing out of the usual here. I go here just to attack this rook. And then he goes here, and then I made this really crucial mistake here, which was to go pawn c3. And this move was to protect this pawn, but I guess going here would have been better, because not only does this protect the pawn because of this knight, but also attacks this knight. But instead I went for here, and this is actually another mistake because he just traps my pieces, I guess. And the computer thinks this is inaccuracy, but to any normal human, this would be like the best move because it traps the knight. So then I go for this move. I go here, and the idea here is that if he takes, I can go here, pinning this knight, and since there's nothing protecting the rook, after he goes something like, let's say, like rook here, I can just take. And which was exactly what the opponent did actually. He went here, but apparently the computer found a way to get out of this situation, which luckily my opponent didn't see, which was to go here. Which was to go here, removing the defender of the pawn, and now you can just take a free pawn. But fortunately for me, my opponent didn't see it, and at this point, I was down a pawn, but I knew I could win this, because I was thinking to myself, he has two stacked pawns which can be easily targeted, and he has another two stacked pawns here. And I have these two connected pawns and these three connected pawns as well. So I could probably probably make a pass pawn and hopefully win this game. Which, spoiler, I did. Okay, so I go here, which was a mistake, but the idea of going here was to basically go here just to attack this weak pawn, which was exactly what I did. I went here. Yeah, I guess I shouldn't wait here because there's no way for our opponent to defend this pawn because of this double stack, but I didn't see that at the time. Our opponent goes here. I draw back because there's no point in pressuring this pawn anymore since he has a lot of pieces protecting it. And then he goes here. And then I was thinking going here weakens this pawn, right? Because this pawn was protecting this pawn. So I decided to go here, preparing something like knight f4, which was what I did. But then apparently these are a lot of inaccuracies. The computer doesn't like it, but I like the move at the time, so yeah. And then we do wait, hold up. Oh, what the wait. Let's just go back. But yeah, we do manage to trade off a lot of pieces here. And I also managed to win this pawn. Cause there's no way he can protect it. The rooks aren't double stacked. And this pawn is just hanging because this isolated pawn is protecting the rook's vision to protect this pawn. So yeah, I take it and I check him because why not? And then I go rook here. The idea of protecting this pawn. And here I was really scared for him to go something like rook here. Which is a really good move in my opinion because it just stares down these pawns. Which was I decided to activate my king. Okay, he decides to trade off, and at the time I was thinking, should I trade off or should I not? And I looked at my position, and I realized after I take and take, my king can walk up here and basically shoulder the other king. And I can go here, and since it's 2 against 1, I will be making a pass pawn. And he has no pass pawns on this side, which means I could probably just like push my pawns idly and wait for him to slip up. And this was what I did. Push my king, and apparently this was a bad move. And I pushed here. And the computer really did not like this move. Wanted me to push here, but I don't see why pushing here would be a threat for someone like me who's not a grandmaster and who can't think 30 moves in the future. So I didn't really see the value in this move. If anyone knows why this move is good, please comment down in the comment section below. But yeah, I didn't really know why this move was good. So I just pushed here, looking to trade off the pawns and create a pass pawn, which was originally my plan. So yeah, he goes here, which I knew already was a mistake. And now I just have to wait. Like I mentioned before, I'm just going to wait for him and push my pawns idly since he has no pass pawns, right? He can't get to this side of the board. I was just going to wait for him to make a mistake. And apparently pushing here was a mistake because the computer kept on wanting me to push here. But yeah, I did at the end push here. And here I felt like was a mistake because now I can just push my king here and further restricting the king's movement, which was what I did. And now I decide to go here. And the idea here was to potentially take this pawn and maybe even wrap around to create a pass pawn. But yeah, I go here and he goes here. And this was a really critical moment for me because I could have either went here, which apparently is still winning. But I felt like going here, taking all the pawns would be a scramble or a race that I would not be winning. So I found this move, which was king d6, which surprisingly took me a really long time to see. Like it took me, like as you can see from the timer, it took me like 1 minute. But yeah, the idea here is to keep on pushing, and yeah, the rest is just a piece of cake for me. I didn't want to risk anything, so I didn't even like take all his pawns. I just like checkmated him straight up. No BS, just checkmate, because I didn't want to like him pull up some stalemate tricks or anything like that. So yeah, that was the first game I felt like, and that got me to 1400, which was pretty good. So now I'll be showing you the game that I had 92% accuracy in. And today I think I played like 5 games. I won, I lost 1, I drew 1, and I won 3 of them. But yeah, I had a 93% or 92% accuracy here. I played like a 2200, really nice, and it was against a 1500 too. As you can see, he is like so high above me. But yeah, let's do a quick review of this game. He plays e4, and obviously we gotta play the Karo card. That's what we always play. And I go here. This is all theory, and up until this point, this was not theory, cause you could take here, and that's just a free. Oh wait, no, wait, no, no, no. I think, yeah, I think someone mentioned this is actually not a free pawn, cause after here, he goes. I don't even, I don't even know why this is a blunder. Wait, here. Um, he can't take, cause that just loses a queen. But is it here? Ah, yeah, that's here. Queen here, but yeah. So anyways, I didn't play that move and pinned my knight, pin my king to the, pin my horse to the king. So I kicked it out. This is what I usually do for the Caro-Kann, and he pushes here, and I was thinking about either taking or pushing this pawn, but since this is still the opening, I want to push my pawn here, put some more, gain more control over these squares, and basically kick the. Ooh, wait, what? What just happened? Wait, sorry about this. But yeah, see, the reason I pushed that pawn was to not only control the squares, but to kick the knight out. And apparently the computer didn't hate that move, but also wanted me to play better moves, which was fine. And also the idea here was to push this pawn to get rid of this double stack, which was what I did eventually. So I went here, developed my horse further, which apparently the computer didn't like, but it's fine. Goes here. Yeah, because I think the reason why the computer gave this a grade was because after this, it would have been a fork. But yeah. So then I take and I push this pawn, like I said. And here, I made this move too quick. I made this move in 3 seconds. I should have thought about this because I was like, I didn't even notice the horse was attacking this. Because after here, this would have just been a better move because a knight for bishop is a better in this case, I think. Go here, but I eventually do trade off the bishops, and I went rook here to activate my rook, takes back, and I go here, and this was where my opponent really started to slip up. He tried to target this weak pawn a lot, and I just protected it, and eventually he just made a mistake, which I punished him for to the fullest. Okay, so he wants to attack these pawns. I protect it. I attack his queen once again. His queen is forced to move to these squares. Again, I go here, taking control of this open file, and then he moves his knight here, which gives me a chance, in my opinion, to develop my bishop here. Because when the knight was here, the knight was controlling these squares, so I couldn't really develop my bishop anywhere to a useful square. But apparently the computer didn't like this move. But I felt like this was a good move because I basically developing my bishop to a new square and posing new threats to the position. And this was the key moment where my opponent slipped up. Because at first I thought it was like a really good attack, but then it took me like 10 seconds to realize this was a blunder. Because nothing is actually protecting this rook. So after takes, and here, I'm just simply up in material. But I did have to be careful of this back right mate, because after here, it was just like mate. So I did have to be really careful of that, which was why I really took advantage of my time here, because I have 6 minutes left. There's no reason for me to make a dumb move and just throw the game from a perfectly winning position, which was what I did. From here on out, I played flawlessly, I would say. Made no mistakes, made no blunders, because I knew how important and how huge it would for me to get a win against a 1500. So yeah, he goes here, threatening mate in 1. So I went here to prevent that. And at this point, I was just trying to trade off the queens, right? The queen is the biggest threat here, so I'm trying to get rid of that biggest threat by trading off the queens. So it took me a bit of shuffling for me to finally try to trade off the queens. And I want to just tell you why I like the idea behind this pawn. the idea of this pawn is to eventually, like, say he moves somewhere like here, eventually push this pawn here, and say he moves somewhere like here maybe, uh, I would just trade off the queens, right? Because before, if I didn't push this pawn, the pawn wouldn't be here to protect the queen. So that was my idea, I guess. Pretty, the plan took, the plan is not the most efficient, but I'm winning anyway, so it's fine. So he goes queen here. So now I just simply push the pawn, go with my original plan despite the queen being here. And he goes here, and now I sacrifice his pawn. Because even though the computer doesn't like it, I really want to simplify the position. Because who knows what my dumb brain would do to throw this position, which has happened to me multiple times before. So I just want to dumb down the position, make it easier for me to play. Because it's much easier to play a king with 3 pawns and me having like 2 times his pawns and a bishop than a queen. So he goes here, I managed to trade off, and from here on out it was just really easy for me, and our opponent resigned. So yeah, that is day 21 of Road to 2000 Elo. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and let me know if you want to see more content on these reviews, or do you prefer live games. But yeah, we finally hit 1400, and hopefully we'll hit 1500 in the next month or so. But yeah, anyways, until then, see you guys, and see you guys tomorrow for day 22. Have a nice day.